There we are. Cool. Make sure I got this one working too. There it is. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Audio working this time? Audio not working? It is working. Okay, cool. I got a headphone in, making sure it's working today. Audio's working. Gonna pop that out. Don't need it anymore. Um, Good afternoon, everybody. I am excited to be back for a second round of sports performance training, making sure that we are addressing the esport athlete, right? Esport athlete, not just gamer. We're addressing the esport athlete as a whole. Um, we've got echo though. How bad is the echo? Not sure what it could be. I want to get it fixed up so we aren't having any issues. Um, Went away. Okay. All right. Whatever I did, I'm not going to complain about it. Guys, hey everybody, welcome back. Round two. Esports Camps has been hosting these events throughout the week, teaching people about gaming, teaching people about fitness. My name is Bryce Brown. I am a sports performance coach and director of esports at Mamba Sports Academy, and I am so grateful to be here again for, like I said, week two, round two of some sports performance training. Last week we dove into some of the basics. We didn't get too crazy about it, but we really talked about water intake, right? We made sure we were talking about water intake. We made sure we're talking about core activation, okay? And this week, what we're going to start working on is we're going to start working on a little bit of nutrition. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is nutrition. Second thing we're going to talk about is breathing. All right, which I mean, I would love for somebody to argue me on this one, but I believe breathing is the most important thing in life, and I think we can all bring a little bit more awareness to that. Uh, Man, I hope I'm not lagging. Am I lagging? Please hope I'm not lagging. And three, we're gonna get a little workout in. Okay, so just a little basic workout. We're gonna do upper body strength and some lower body strength stuff. Um, and that's gonna be it for the day, man. It's gonna be a quick little workout. We're gonna get this in. I'm excited. I'm gonna close that one. Maybe that's taking some bandwidth away. But again, so some stuff you're gonna need today, right? Did I just mess up that camera? Man, I'm struggling. Stuff you're gonna need today: a broom. Okay. If you have a broom, get one, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop off this bottom part. If you don't have a broom, get a stick. All right. All I need is something straight. Okay, because I'm not there to coach. I'm not there to make corrections on some of these movements, but when we do them, this is going to be a feedback tool that we're going to use to make sure that you can feel that you have good posture and you can feel that your movements are well. Uh, if you have worked out before, please say something in chat, okay? If you have experience with a coach, hey, let's do that. In chat, let me know if you've worked out before. Let me know if you've been with a coach. Let me know, kind of give me a little bit of experience on you. If you got a little information of yourself, don't hesitate to drop it in chat. I'm always looking to communicate with more people. And during the beginning portion of this movement, I'll put my stick down, I don't play with that too much. During the beginning portion of this workout, we're going to be, or the session, we'll be able to talk. Okay, so I'll be expecting more people in the chat talking. But then as we get into the workout, I don't expect anybody to really talk because we're going to be working out. Okay, you're just going to need your monitor near you, and you're just going to need very minimal space on the ground. Nothing big. So like I said, get your stick. If you have one, you can use anything straight. You could use a piece of wood, you could use a PVC pipe, you could use a broom. Make sure it's not too dirty. And then you're going to need some water. Okay. I think in the beginning somebody mentioned how much water you were supposed to drink a day, and they said they just drank half their body weight in water. Okay, so make sure you're drinking half your body weight in ounces in water. Okay, daily minimum, just to start, just to make sure that you're getting enough fluid into your body to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Because a huge thing with our gamers is we're not hydrating, okay? And there's actually a thing that we can do with nutrition where you can get a lot more fluid than you think, okay? In fruit, there's a lot of water, and vegetables, right? Fruit and vegetables, some of them have a lot of water in them. And you might not think you're drinking water. It's not going to be a ton of water for your body, but it's more than nothing, right? If you're just sitting at a gaming chair and you want something sweet, maybe instead of reaching for that soda, you can go get an apple or an orange or something, right? That's still the sugar that your body is looking for. It's natural sugar. It's not processed sugar. Okay, we want to try to stay away from those sugars. We want to make sure that we're looking for the natural ways. Things that we want to stay away from with nutrition, right? You're trying to stay away from processed foods, and then we're trying to look for more of a whole food, right? That means eating a whole apple, right? Not going to the store and buying, oh man, I can't tell you how many times in the past I've had mac and cheese, but I can tell you that a lot of that is processed, and we need to make sure that we're getting some more healthy quality products in our body. So an easy thing to do in the store, if you can pull up if you can read, right, you should check out the label, flip it over, look on the back, and if some of the words on that label are impossible for you to read or you have no idea what it is, it's most likely not a whole food, right? It could be some type of processed food, could be some type of chemical to help with whether it's food dye or preserving the food, right? There's reasons for these chemicals in the food. They're not going to be the death of us, but they're not the most optimal thing to put in our body. So just by making these little changes, right, making sure that you're looking at what you're eating, okay, make sure you look at what you're eating, make sure you try to learn what it is, what it consists of. That's a great place to start. I'm not sure how many of you guys can cook, right? My cooking skills are average, just completely average. But with technology, I've been on YouTube and I've been on Reddit and I've been on all these websites recently learning more about cooking. And because of that, my roommates now say my cooking is way better. So you can learn how to cook for yourself, and instead of always going and getting these fast food, these quick options, the reason we're talking about nutrition today is because if you want to be the best, the highest level gamer possible, you have to look at all these different things that you're doing that you can be taking advantage of to help yourself be a better gamer. And one of those things is nutrition. Okay, so like I look at 5 things. I look at sleep, I look at breathing, I look at water, I look at food intake, so nutrition, and then I look at working out. Okay, so those are the 5 things that I like to address to make sure we're a very well-rounded esport athlete. With nutrition, okay, let's go back to nutrition. It's one of the lower hanging fruit. I'm pretty sure everybody eats every day. Most people should be eating about 3 meals a day. I want to give a disclaimer on this. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a registered dietitian. I recommend that you do go see somebody if you have serious questions on nutrition. I can give you advice and I can give you tips and tricks of what I would do, right? What I would do if I was in your shoes, which I have been there. Like I can't tell you how many times I would just spend weekends gaming and drinking Dr. Pepper and chips. And man, shout out to my buddy Ian, who would make the best dip for the chips when I was in the Air Force. But like, that was just terrible for us. We would spend weekends just crushing unhealthy food. And then once I started making that switch away from the unhealthy food to healthier choices, man, life started changing, right? My brain, my thoughts were more clear. My body felt better. I had less inflammation in my body. Some of these aches and pains, if you wake up with aches and pains, sometimes if it's not like a serious injury, that could just be inflammation, right? Inflammation in your body is just processes that aren't efficient. And sometimes it could be you're eating the wrong foods, right? If you're eating too much sugar, sugar can cause inflammation. Some people have, this is the big one, oh, I'm gluten intolerant, okay? Or I'm allergic to gluten. It's far and few between. Some people do have actual diseases where they are allergic to gluten. They cannot consume any of that. But some people do have an intolerance to gluten, which it doesn't mean their body freaks out, but when you get these little bits of inflammation floating through your whole body and then they spread to everywhere in your body and you can't get that inflammation out, your body can't heal properly. And making sure that you're giving the body the food and water and sleep and everything it needs to recover is where you really get those gains, right? So in the gym, when you go to the gym and you lift weights, like we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a little bit of workout, we're gonna do a body workout, no weights. You don't need any equipment. You're just gonna need that. So I guess we will need. You don't need this piece of equipment, but it's gonna make it a little bit easier for you to learn the movement in the beginning. We're gonna do some body workout, and then you're just making sure that you're recovering from the physical stress you put on your body. Okay, and that's what sleep's for. Sleep's the biggest recovery, and you're not getting good sleep, your performance in life and in gaming, right? Most of us are gamers here, so your performance in gaming can go down. And if you're looking to boost your performance, and if you're let me see what games you guys play and see what ranks you're at if you are doing ranked. Like for example, I'm trying to get to Diamond this year in League of Legends, and if I'm not getting my sleep, I ain't getting out of gold because my thoughts just won't process at a high enough level. I need the recovery, I need the sleep to help me play and perform at a high level. Let's see. So we talked about learning to cook on YouTube. That's a big one. Less processed foods, more whole foods. That one's pretty good. Find out what works for you. Okay. Sometimes you're not a breakfast person. Sometimes you're not a dinner person. But what I do recommend that we do is trying to restrict our window of eating. Okay. That doesn't mean cut out calories, right? In the end of this, if you're trying to lose weight, you're going to have to cut a little bit of calories. If you're trying to gain weight, you're going to have to increase your calorie intake. That's how it works. It's almost like a math formula. More calories in, you're going to gain weight. Less calories in, you most likely will lose weight. Okay, it's not always the case because some bodies are so acclimated to being in a calorie deficit, their body just doesn't want to shed that extra weight. That's a whole other story. We're not going to dive into that right now. So the eating window, right? Eating windows. If you stick to this 9 to 12 hour eating window, it helps your body stay, it's called your circadian rhythm, right? It's an internal clock in your body that we need to make sure is continually on a good cycle. And if we eat all day long, our organs and the rest of our body doesn't get to turn off. It's always working, always processing, always digesting, always doing this, always doing that. But it's just like your brain. Imagine if you were going 12 hours a day, or not 12, or 24 hours a day. You would give out eventually, right? So just like with your brain and your body, you have to give it the rest, and the rest means sometimes restricting your eating window. So for example, if I were to wake up at 7 a.m. and breakfast is at 8 a.m., that means the last food I should be eating at that day would be at 8 p.m. Okay, so that's a 12-hour eating window. That's still really large, right? That you should be able to easily get your food in within 12 hours. But sometimes we snack, right? All right, got my dinner, and if I'm a gamer, I'm staying up late, and then I go to the, if I'm at my parents' house, right? When I was younger, I'd go to the cabinet. Like I know you guys can relate, especially the adults here, right? Going to the cabinet, finding the food, snacking on it, and then going back to your gaming room, whatever it might be. But it's just trying to make those choices that are going to help your body just process and be a little bit more efficient when you are trying to just perform at the highest level possible. One thing that I like to do this is a personal thing that I prefer, is meal prepping. So if you even know what meal prepping is, or if you don't, again, go on YouTube. There's hundreds of videos on this. This is one of my favorite ones to watch because you got hundreds of different people showing you all their different ways that they meal prep. And this is what's showing you is there's 100 ways to do it. You just have to find out which one works best for you. And what that's going to do is going to help you, especially if you're trying to lose or gain weight, right? If you have a goal, you need to make sure you have the right formula to reach that goal. You should be tracking, or at least starting to look into how many calories are in your food, where your calories are coming from, whether it's fat or protein or carbs. Make sure you're getting a balance of all of them. And with the meal prep, best part about it is you cook on maybe 2 to 3 times a week. You only have to cook 2 to 3 times a week. It's a large meals. And then you prep them up and you size them up. So then all you got to do is grab that and throw it in the microwave. You don't have to cook. You don't have to go to the store and buy more food. You don't have to worry about getting McDonald's and feeling sick after. You got your healthy made meal that can last 3, 4, 5 days sometimes, depending on what you make, right? Throw it in the microwave, boom. breakfast, not my favorite one to meal prep, but some weeks I will meal prep it depending on how I do it. But lunch and dinner are awesome meal preps. You can make chili, you can make chicken, right? You can make some people make pasta depending on how their body reacts to it. It's just there's so many different options on meal prep. You just got to make sure you're not meal prepping Big Macs and Taco Bell tacos and you're just putting them into a meal prep box, right? So make sure you're getting those whole foods. If you're younger and you don't have much cooking experience, right, ask your parents. I'm sure they'd be so willing to help you if you're trying to get your nutrition under control. If you're trying to make healthy changes in your life, if there's a parent out there that is against these healthy changes, please reach out to me. I will talk to your parent personally and inform them on the importance of making these healthy choices and how far they can go in your life. Um, that's really it on nutrition. Again, if you guys have any questions during this, please just drop them in the chat. Don't hesitate. If you think of a question from earlier, you can drop it in the chat still. I'll answer it as whenever I see it. Next thing that we want to go into is breathing. Okay, so with breathing, we're just gonna go right into it. We're not even gonna preface it. Breathing is crucial. It's the most important thing in life because we do it over 20,000 times a day, and we don't really take the time to stop and think about it. Okay, so right now, what I want everybody to do, we're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock, and all I want you guys to do is just breathe. Okay, so just breathe normal, whatever that means to you. Okay, I'm not gonna start critiquing your breathing patterns yet. All I want you to just do is sit, whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're laying down, whatever it is, just breathe. Okay, so think about it. Try to ignore my voice. Just focus on breathing, bringing awareness to your breath, making sure that you are aware that you are breathing, right? Make sure you are conscious of this breathing because our breathing is subconscious. Right? We don't ever bring awareness to our breathing. And that's 30 seconds right there. During that, right? How did those breaths feel? Did they feel tight? Did they feel restricted? Could you get a full breath in? Did you notice if you were leading with your chest first or if your belly was moving more? Those are the things that we're going to talk about with breathing. So we're going to go into a little bit of a breathing assessment. And then after the breathing assessment, we'll do one session of some breathing, about 2 minutes. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. This breathing can be done anywhere, anytime, any day, right? Everybody has this secret weapon inside of them that they don't really tap into that much. Unfortunately, only us doing 2 minutes of breathing might not get us the results we're looking for, but I just wanted to show you guys that it's something that you can be doing every single day that can really pay off in the long run. Especially when you're gaming and you start holding your breath, right? That's when we start making those mistakes, and that's when we start losing games. And it could be the difference between taking one more breath in and getting that final shot or holding that breath and missing that shot. Okay, so the assessment for breathing is you can either do this laying on the ground. I think laying on the ground is the easiest way to do this in the beginning. So I'll give you guys, if you prefer to be in your chair, that's fine. But I recommend laying on the ground for this. It just gives your body, your body doesn't have to be aware of its posture, right? It just gets to be relaxed. And when we're in this seated posture, we're in more of a posture that our body likes. And most people's posture isn't nice and tall. It's more here, which is going to restrict, right? It's already restricting this chest and our breathing and our ability to breathe. So we make sure we have good. If we're sitting in the chair, make sure you have good tall posture. Don't be slumped. Be nice and tall. Just really think about height. Okay, that's one of the biggest cues I like to do for my breathing techniques and assessments. Is just think about being tall. Okay, and really think about almost somebody's pulling a string on your head to give you some extra height. And as we're doing this, you're gonna have one hand on your belly. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly button. And right now, what I want you to do is just take. We're gonna go for 1 minute. All right, so we're just gonna go for 1 minute of just normal breathing. And you're just gonna feel what's going on there. All right. Which hand is moving? Is your chest rising? Is your belly rising? Okay. Which one of these is rising first? Is there tightness in your chest? Is there tightness in your neck? Is there tightness in your shoulders? Okay, while we're breathing, I just want you to think about being as relaxed as possible. Your whole body from head to toe. Imagine all of it melting as you inhale. We'll go inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, so let's just practice that. We got 30 seconds left. We're going to practice inhaling in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Okay, let's go 2 more of those, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, so during that 1 minute, that was a 1 minute self-assessment for you guys. What did you notice? Chest rising more? Was the belly moving a lot? Was the belly not moving at all? What we're going to do next is we're going to try to get all that breath in the chest to go down into the belly. Okay? And we're going to use breathing in through the nose to help us with that. But we want to make sure that we're not forcing the expansion of our belly. Okay? We want to make sure that, maybe I should back up so you guys can see this at least. So when we do, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll switch screens. Right, see how this screen looks here. Okay, a little bit better. Cool. All right, so when we are breathing, we want to, again, like I said, don't worry guys, we're gonna get right into this workout soon. We're looking to get that belly to move first. Okay, so there's a difference between really expanding the belly on purpose, like breathing in deep and just really pushing out the belly, because that causes me to curve my back here. What we want to think about is it's called diaphragmatic breathing. All right, we're trying to use our diaphragm to help us breathe, and that's what it's for, right? So as you guys can see, when I did that, my back started to curve, and that's not normal. Think about being as tall as you can. If you're laying on the ground, this is the easiest. Okay, if you're laying on the ground, that's what I recommend. You're gonna breathe in through the nose. We're gonna go for a count of 4. We're going to call this 4 square breathing, okay? We're going to go inhale for 4 seconds. We're going to pause for 4 seconds. We're going to slowly exhale out of the mouth for 4 seconds, and then we'll pause for 4 seconds again. All right, so it's 4 square breathing. 4 second in, 4 second hold, 4 second out, 4 second hold. All right? And while you're doing this, try to only get your belly to rise. Try to get very limited motion in your chest to rise. This might be hard for some people in the beginning, but that's fine. All right? So what we're going to do, we're going to do 5 of these, okay? We only got 5 of these going on. Get my timer going. All right. So start by inhaling through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out of the mouth. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2. Try to get that belly to rise. 3, 4. And then we're going to pause for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out of the mouth. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so that is 4 square breathing. Okay, we only did 5 rounds of that, but that's what I like to do with my clients when we start stretching, when we start cooling down, or when we start warming up, okay? It's just starting to bring your awareness to your breath, which sometimes can be the difference between you getting that last rep on an exercise or you possibly getting that perfect edit, you know, in your Fortnite game, or getting that pentakill, right? Especially we got double kill. Okay, usually around double kills is when we start to hold our breath. Triple kill, all right, we're already 5 seconds in. That's another 5 seconds of no breath. Quadra kill, that might be another 5 seconds. And then the penta, you're usually chasing after the dude, and that's like 30 seconds later. And then after all that, you're like, right? It's kind of it's funny is not the right word to use, but like it's interesting to see how much we start to tense up and hold our breath when we're starting to do all these other things. So making sure we're always having awareness and control over our body in these different movements. All right, so hopefully you have your water. Drink a little bit of water. We are going to transition, all right, make sure everything's ready for us. We're going to transition into the workout. Make sure I got my board ready so I can see what the workout is. Make sure you guys have your sticks ready. I think what we should do is start with the stick, okay? Because we're going to use this later, and I'm going to have to do everything kneeling because I'm so tall, and I didn't get the best camera angle for this, all right? So this can still be done standing, all right? There's no difference between standing and kneeling in this movement, but the only thing we're trying to do, well, actually, let me make sure I can even get into the standing position without being too cut off, way cut off. Can I edit this at all so you guys can see me? I want to make sure that you guys can still see the full thing. Back up just a little bit. All right, face is cut off, no big deal. The rest of my body's there. That's what really matters. This stick is going to be our tool to help us with the awareness of our posture, okay? And posture is everything. Making sure that your body's not all, you're not picking up something and jerking and tweaking, right? We want to make sure we have good posture as we're going through these movements, right? We're not rounding and hunching over as we're squatting. We're maintaining a good tall posture, and this stick is what's going to help us. So we're going to practice one of these movements. The stick is going to be for, we're going to use it for two. We'll use it for two movements actually. I usually only use it for this first one I'm going to teach everybody, and it's about hip hinging. So your hips are here, and a hinge is when we bend the knees a little bit and we reach over. We're hinging at the hips. If I were to be rounding over, it would look like this, right? But what we're going to do with the stick, so you're going to get the stick behind your back. We're going to hold it with one hand, all right? So only one hand. What I want you to do is get that stick right in the low of your back. Okay, so right at the low of your back right here. And we're going to call this stick the head, back, crack stick. All right, head, back, crack. I guarantee everybody's going to remember this name of the stick because it's the head, back, crack. So why is it called the head, back, crack stick? I wonder why. Look, head, back, crack. All right, so if I lose my posture in any of those positions, like my head, okay, look, now I'm rounding over the shoulders. If I lose position at my butt or my crack, I'm rounding at my low back. Okay, so what we can do with this stick, pretty cool thing, is that we can practice head, back, crack. So, these are called RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts. It's a really good hip hinge exercise, and we're gonna do it we're gonna do it in the beginning, and then we're gonna get the warm up in, and then we'll get right into the workout. So, what we wanna do, nice and slowly, make sure your feet are grounded into the floor. You got a little bit of a bend in the knees. I like working out with my shoes off. I like working out with my shoes off because I get to feel the ground more. Okay, if you're outside on the grass, it's amazing. But if you're inside the house, you get to feel it a little bit more. So let's do 5 reps here, nice and slowly, making sure that we're reaching the hips back. So just think about pushing your hips back and maintaining those 3 points of contact as you go down. You're mainly going to feel this exercise right here, your hamstrings and your glutes, all right? Make sure those feet are staying planted. Make sure your chin is staying tucked. And we're going to come back up. That's one. We got 4 more. Reach nice and slowly. Make sure you're maintaining all 3 points of contact. I feel a good stretch on my hamstrings and my glutes. That's 2. Nice control. 3. All right. Another thing we got to do. Make sure that core is engaged. Call the thumb test. Poke your core. Make sure that the abs are working. 4. And last one right here. Control, control, control. 5. So with some of our gamers, all right, that one might be, oh man, those hamstrings might be super tight. And that's okay, right? That's okay if they are super tight. You're starting here today, and we're gonna get somewhere eventually, all right? So don't stress if they're too tight. How many of you got a stick, and how many of you successfully did that, right? Maintaining the head back crack alignment. How many of you was it hard for? Mostly everybody, the first time I'm teaching RDL, not pretty, okay? And that's fine. It's okay, it's not beautiful. I have tools and secrets and these little things that I've learned over the years to help you guys understand how to move your body better. Okay, so, the other one, this is gonna be quick. We're not gonna go too crazy into this one, but for our split squats, okay, one of the other exercises we're doing today for lower body is a split squat. Split stance right here, head back crack, okay, and then we're just going through the squat motion just like that today. That one's gonna be our split squat and how we're gonna use that today. You don't have to. I recommend you at least try it for the first set of everything. So we're gonna be doing about a 6-minute warm up, okay, and then we're gonna have 2 series, one strength, and strength number 1, strength number 2, and we're gonna do each of those 3 times. Okay, each series is only gonna be 3 exercises with a minute of work and a minute and then 30 seconds of rest. So if you guys can't do the full 1 minute, great, that's fine. Pause, right? Say you can only go 20 seconds. Cool, great starting spot. Go 20 seconds, rest. Maybe rest 20 seconds, and then do another 20 seconds in the end. So you're at a total of 40 seconds out of the minute, which is solid. Okay, it's a great starting place. And then you get a 30-second rest. All right, so do what your body is capable of doing. Don't do more than what your body can do. All right, then you're going to get hurt, and then we're not trying to chase soreness. Okay, that's very what's the word I'm looking for? Misguided representation of how you get strong and big and buff. Like, it's not all about chasing soreness, right? It's about there's science behind all this, and just because your muscles are super shot and sore doesn't mean you're going to be getting the biggest muscles. Doesn't mean you're going to be getting the best performance gains, right? So we need to make sure we're staying in this healthy range. All right, so don't overdo it, but make sure you're still pushing yourself to a point to where you're uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable is where we grow. Let's get right into this warm up. I'm gonna have to hop up and down a little bit, I think, to make sure the camera is good. That looks good to me. I think we're good. Everybody get a drink of water. Any questions before we start? All right, so I'm gonna put 1 more minute on the clock. Actually, what I need to do is get a timer going on my laptop, so we're gonna get that going. Stop watch. Cool. All right, cool. Got the stopwatch going. I'm gonna put that. That's good enough right there. Okay, so no questions. Right on. Okay, so we're probably gonna work about the next 20 minutes. Hopefully we get a little cool down in the end, and then you guys can go game your day away. All right, make sure you get this is actually gonna be a prep. We call this priming. This is the prep for your gaming day. Make sure your body's active, make sure the blood's flowing, make sure your heart rate's elevated, make sure the brain's working. Okay, so we're gonna start. We're going 6 minutes on the clock. That's gonna be our warm up. Make sure you get a sip of water. Last sip. All right, here we go. First thing we have, hip bridges, okay? We're gonna go on our back. You're gonna lay on your back, am I in the camera? We're good. All right, perfect. Okay, so lay on your back, make sure your feet are planted about hip width apart, head down on the ground, core nice and tight. We're driving our hips up to the back of the room and controlling them on the way down. All right, so we're going 1 minute of work here, nice and slow. We're trying to activate our hips. We're trying to get these, we're trying to activate our glutes. Okay, we're trying to get these hips to get stretched out a little bit. And while you're doing this, I want you to think about tucking your hips underneath and driving them to the back of the room. Don't just think about driving your hips straight up into the sky, okay? That's pushing through your spine. We want to make sure we're tucking those hips under, reaching into the back of the room. And if you do that enough, you'll feel a stretch through your quads. I know where we are on the clock. We have 10 seconds left. After this, we're going into shoulder taps. So we're going to go right into push-up position from here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Good job, guys. Just starting the warm-up. The camera's still up. All right, so push-up position. Feet as wide as you need them so your hips don't rock. If that's too difficult, just go ahead and drop down to your knees, okay? If you have an injury, make sure you're not doing anything that's going to hurt you. If you're inflicting extra pain on your body's not going to like that. So that's a little bit too easy for me. I'm going up into plank position, making sure I'm really working on not letting my hips rock. Keeping those hands directly under your shoulders. Keep your butt squeezed. 15 seconds left. Really wish I would have turned on the AC right about now, but we're going to get a good sweat in this workout today, guys. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Okay, next thing we got, dead bugs. On our back. Sandy, just scoot this that way a little bit. Perfect. So on our back, dead bugs. We did these last week. We're going right arm, left leg first. Reach out as far as you can. Keeping that low back flat. Come back center and switch sides. That's it. Notice as we're extending out, my other arm and other leg is not moving. This is going to be tough. Starting to get out of breath because I am talking too much, but I need to make sure you guys still know what's going on. We got 20 seconds left on the clock here. If that's too hard, just try to hold this position with keeping that back flat. Right? If you're getting too fatigued, your back's starting to hurt, maybe just go heel taps. Okay, you can always make these exercises a little bit easier to make sure you're working in your comfortable range of motion. 3, 2, time. Good. Next thing we got, hop on up. We're going to go single leg, all right? And what we're just going to do, we're going to try to reach out as far as we can, tap the ground, stand back up. We're going to go to the side as far as we can, tap the ground, come back up, and we're going to go behind us to the side, whoops, and tap back up. So reach forward. Make sure you're maintaining balance with that foot. Make sure you're trying to get that hip active over here. It's all about balance. It's all about control. If you're starting to hold your breath, your balance will start going. Guarantee it. Make sure you're still breathing. Inhale through the nose.
One moment.
Oh, Siri, I'm not talking to you.
I found this on the web for still breathing.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. So, guys, we got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, time. Good. Other side. Right to the other foot. No rest, okay? If your foot is starting to cramp, that's fine. Just take a pause. Breathe. It means that you might not be at the high level as you thought. Reach forward. Reach out to the side. Notice, I'm trying to keep my foot flat. I'm trying to keep that knee driving over my middle toe. Okay? While I'm trying to maintain balance. Halfway, there's a falling right there. Catch yourself. All good. Check to the side. Try to go a little bit farther this time. Maintain that balance. Tap. Come back up. Reach forward. Last one through. To the side. And back around. Good. All right, so this next one. We're going to be face down. Okay, I'm going to do it in a weird position so you can see my arms moving on the ground. But this is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go W's. So we're going to be We'll be face down on the ground. We're going to go elbows at our side, thumbs back, lift, squeeze your back, and relax. Lift, squeeze the back, and relax. We're going to do 10 there. Up to the wide, we're going to go 10 T's as well. Okay, we're trying to activate our back. Make sure we're not shrugged up. So what I want you guys to do when you're laying on your face on the ground, if you need to, you can put something under your forehead. Hopefully your ground's not that dirty, but what you're going to do, so say I'm laying down, we're going to start in this W position, shrug up, we don't want to be here, shrug down, make sure you're feeling those lats work, okay, those big muscles in your back, and then from there, when you're squeezing those down, lift off, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then bring it back down with control. If you need to every time, you might need to shrug up to check every single time. We don't want these traps working up here that much. All right, so really hope this angle is going to work, but we'll find out. I'll find out later. All right, so we're going to face down. We got 10 W's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. One thing I want you to think about, keep your hips driven into the floor, keep that core nice and tight, squeeze your butt. Last thing, you got 10 more right here, 10 T's, shrug your shoulders up, pull it back down, lift up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Good. Last part of the warm-up. Oh, we're at 7:20 right now. I ran that warm-up a little long. Last part, we're going 40 seconds of work here. Bird dog, hands and knees. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reach out as far as you can. Pause, come back center, tap the hand to the foot, hand to the knee. We're going 20 seconds of work on each side. Making sure you're keeping that back as flat as you can. As you extend out, kick that back foot to the wall. Don't think about raising it up to the sky. In and out, nice control. Boom, good. Switch sides. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, time. Okay, some of you might need water right now. Totally fine. I do because I'm talking so much. So, get a little sip in. And we'll go right into the workout. So, first thing we're doing, we got split squats. We're going to go 30 seconds on each side. Split squats are just like this. Make sure you're keeping that knee. Make sure you keep that knee in line with that front toe. Don't let your heel go off the ground. Keep that heel planted. Use that hip. Use that front hip. Okay, so here's a good angle. So our split squats are going to look like. All right, and if we have that stick, it's going to help you with your posture. We're going to go 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. From there, we're going to go 20 seconds of push-ups, 20 seconds of rest, 20 seconds of push-ups again. All right, again, if you need to drop down your knees, those push-ups, totally fine. Last thing we got is a hollow body hold. If you need to, start at the dead bug. So normal dead bug, if you're good here, don't crunch your head forward, pull your chest up. Hollow body hold is this. Okay, your goal is the last 1 minute here, and if you can't, you bring it in to wherever you are, all right, and making sure you're staying crunched and keeping that chin tucked. So, let's go ahead. All right, we're starting 3, 2, 1. Let's go left foot first, split squats, controlling the motion. All right, if you have that stick, the stick's going to help you with your posture. If you're feeling any knee pain on this, maybe limit your motion, all right? You got 15 seconds left. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Switch sides, right into it. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Good. So now we're resting 30 seconds. Then we're going to go into our next movement. Again, my head's cut off. All good. Problems being tall. Best part about it, never need help getting anything off the top shelf, you know? All right, 15 seconds. We're going to those push-ups. When we're doing push-ups, make sure, push-ups, right? Yep, okay. Make sure we're not sagging through those shoulders. Make sure you're really pushing through the ground there. Strong position through the core. Get my hands a little bit wider than my mat. Here we go. Control on the way down. Exhale and press on the way up. If this is too difficult, drop the knees down as far away from your shoulders as possible while maintaining that straight line. And it's going to give you a much easier push-up position. If that's still too difficult, boom, that's 20 seconds, rest. If that's still too difficult, go on your chair. You can even do like a wall push-up, okay? If you need, that's your level, wherever it is, find your level. The more steep you are, the easier it's going to be. 3, 2, 1, right back into it. Ten seconds. Last one. 10, good. All right. 30 seconds rest. Going into those hollow body holds. These are my favorite. These are my clients' least favorite. And we're going to get them. We're going to get them today. I'm not sure how long we will last. A minute of those is tough. We're going to do what we can. Remember, I'm going to aim for a minute, see where I get. You'll see me getting smaller if I get tired. 5 seconds on the clock. Make sure we're in that good solid dead bug position. And we're going. Make sure that low back is staying flat. Toes are pointed. Chin is tucked. Try to get little shoulder blades off the ground if you can. If you got a six pack, you should be able to do that. If you don't have a six pack, maybe you're starting here. Great place to start. 20 seconds in, guys. Keep going. This is a good time to practice on your breathing. Breathe into the belly. 25 seconds left. Had to take a little rest on my low back there. I'm going to go out for these last 10. Push hard, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Woo! Those are good right there, man. I love those. And I'm way off on the time. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go right into the next round, okay? I only got 6 minutes left. We'll probably go over a little bit, no problem. But you guys, I recommend doing this whole thing 3 times, right? That was hard. Yeah. I love hollow body holds, man. Okay, so we're going to the next one. We're going RDLs. Grab your stick. Grab the stick. After this, I recommend doing that series 3 times total. Okay, that was 1. Now we're going to the next series, RDL. Head back, crack. Remember the stick, head back, crack. Nice and slow. We're going 1 minute of work here. We'll go a few reps here. That's too easy. We're going to go into a single leg. Single leg's going to work on a lot more balance. All right, so it's a little too easy for me. I'm going to go work on my single leg RDL. Making sure those hips are staying forward. Making sure that leg that's planted, that hip is still firing. Right, that glute is still working. Your hamstring will definitely be working. If you are doing single leg now, that is 5 for me. I'm going to switch sides, gain my balance. I'll do 5 on this side. If you're sticking with double leg RDL, that's totally fine. If you want to make it a little bit harder, but you can't balance on one leg, watch this, kickstand. Put that toe down just a little. Boom. I'm only working this front leg still, but I have the balance of the other foot. Boom. 5 there. Beautiful, guys. Resting 30 seconds. The ham's starting to break a little sweat. That's good, right? Getting that heart rate up. I'm gonna go outside after this, and then I'm gonna go game. Okay, guys, 10 seconds left. We're going swimmers. So swimmers are an interesting one. Face down. Okay, we're gonna start. Hands are side. We're gonna go up underneath, big and tall, and then around. Up underneath, big and tall, and around. Notice how when I get to the bottom, my palms are facing up. And from there, I'm going to lift my shoulder blades up, bring those hands under, and reach up and swim around. Okay, so we're going to face down on this one. That's the timer right there. I'll be able to watch the timer, so we're going to do 10 reps total. One, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're squeezing your butt. Keep those hips in the ground. 5, 6, 7. 3 more, guys. 8, 9. Last one right here. Make it the best one. Big wide and up. 10. Beautiful work. Whew, that was perfect. 1 minute. Good. Okay. Plank series. We're going to go 30 seconds normal plank. Here. Let's go palms up on this one. Then we're going to go 30-second side plank or 15-second side plank on both sides. All right. If you need to modify your side plank, here's a normal side plank. Okay. You'll drop your knees down. You'll bend your knees. All right. There's your modified side plank. All right. Last thing here. Last thing. All right. Let's go normal plank here. And up. 30 seconds. So notice, right? I'm actually thinking about tucking my hips under, squeezing my butt, and flexing my abs. Don't let it fall out, okay? Keep it nice and strong. Push through those shoulders on the ground. 15 seconds. This is another good place to practice your breathing. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and right into it. I'm going right side first. This is going to be a little bit harder, right? Reaching up nice and high. Make sure you get as much distance between those fingertips and that elbow as possible. Hips are nice and aligned. I'm lucky I can see myself on the screen. And that's time. Other side. Last one right here, everybody. Dig deep. I don't know where the timer's at. All right. I'm going to give an extra 5, 4, 3, 2, time. There it is. Woo! There we go. Oh, man. So, got a little sweat going. That is 1 round. Okay, 1 round. You guys want to do that again, I recommend try to get 3 rounds through that. 3 rounds, okay? That's going to be it for the day. All right, I'm going to open it up for some questions right now, if we have any before the stream goes off. All right, this is what happens when you don't breathe. You get out of breath, okay? Get a little sip of my water. Guys, that was only 20 minutes. Can we see that? 20 minutes, okay? All right, look at that. You got a sweat going? There's a lot of stuff you can do in 20 minutes. Imagine what you can do in let's see, average Q, League of Legends. We'll say most people are lower elo, say 30-second Q, 1 minute, 2 minute Q, okay? You can do a lot in 2 minutes, that's for sure. Then you got to pick your character. You got the load-in screen. And some people play on toasters, so like you got to wait for that screen to load. So you got an extra 2 minutes in the load screen, and then you got a minute and a half till the game starts. That's like 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes, that's a lot of work. If you played 5 League of Legends games in a day, and you had 5 minutes of work in between each game, right? You're doing 25 minutes of work. So you're breaking up all that sweat and all that, right? You're still getting the same stress on the body, but you're breaking it up over time, okay? You're lengthening it out. you're telling your body, it's kind of mimicking that you're constantly being active throughout the day, okay, which is very good for our body, which is actually one of the healthiest things for our body. People that live in these blue zones around the world, they are constantly doing light types of conditioning, right? Light workouts all day long, whether it's farming or walking or cleaning the house, right? Whatever. They don't have vehicles. These places around the world, people live to be 100+ years old on average. It's just because the blue zones there. The people just live healthier, right? And one of the things of living healthy lives is to constantly have that small bit of work throughout the day. So looks like there's no questions right now. Totally good. Hey guys, on here, if you guys ever want to follow me on Twitch, it's going to be goodestboy10. It's right underneath here. It's BOI10. I stream almost every day. I'm just trying to get out there. If you guys ever any questions on fitness, health, and wellness, please do make your way over. If I'm ever gaming, I'm more than willing to help you guys. If you guys are in the gold ELO for league, I do need a partner right now. I'm trying to get to diamond this season. I can do it. I just need somebody to grind with. I need somebody I don't have to carry. I need a good teammate. Yeah, guys, great work today. Hopefully you guys finish those 3 rounds. I'm gonna take care of them right after the stream ends, and I will see you guys next week. All right, next week. Hey everybody, thank you again. Pleasure working with everybody. Make sure you stay happy. Make sure you stay healthy, and make sure you go get some sunlight and drink water. Okay, especially as gamers, we gotta do a little bit extra to stay healthy. Have a good day, guys. Take care.